Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Monday. It feels good to be back on the regular schedule covering superhero movie news for all of you. Today we're talking specifically about DC news, as we are most of the time here on this channel. But I will say, on the Marvel side of things, man, if you're not watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you're really missing out. I liked WandaVision, but this is the type of show that I really was looking for coming out of Marvel, and it really is taking Marvel into places where you never would have expected, which is always great. So check out that Falcon and the Winter Soldier show if you are looking for if you have Disney Plus and are looking for a show to watch. Check that out. It's awesome. Now, we mostly cover superhero movie news here, so let's go ahead and get into the topics for today. So the topics for today, Ray Fisher giving us hope that he might still be in the Flash movie, and we're going to cover this. I think the article was teased. It's not released in full yet, at least from what I found. And then we have some Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods news. Lucy Liu casted as the main villain. Awesome. So let's go ahead and just cover really quick what went down this weekend. And just in case you missed it, there's a lot of stuff that happened on Twitter. So make sure to follow us on Twitter if you haven't already, at Heroes_Avenue. You can reach us and contact us through there. We always interact with whoever does contact with us or does reply to us. But yeah, check it out. Make the Batfleck movie was trending, and Geralt of Snyderverse is always keeping us updated. But here's the full trending numbers: 166K tweets. I think over the weekend, I think it trended at number 6, which was crazy. Of course, we were busy as hell, but I did my part in throwing the hashtags up there. Crazy, man. Super. There's so much support for this movie. They've been silent. HBO Max, Warner Brothers, been silent about this whole thing, but I know the fans are just going to keep going crazy. Before we get into the main topic, some other side topics. It looks like longtime Zack Snyder collaborator and friend John DJ Desjardins, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, will continue to be VFX supervisor on the Flash movie, which is awesome because the Flash VFX in the Snyder Cut was some of the most epic moments, especially that climax in which Flash travels back into time just for a little bit to save the world. That was a visual smorgasbord. That was some of the best visual effects I've seen in a long time. But hey, what do I know? I just enjoyed it, and yeah, that's all I can say. I can speak for myself only. And last side topic here today is the Hollywood Reporter is saying that Zack Snyder's Justice League was a larger-than-life project, many years in the making. Now the music behind the HBO Max film is getting honored with a physical release from Mondo, bringing Tom Holkenberg's nearly 4-hour score to 7 180-gram vinyl discs, which is awesome. I want this. I think, let's see how much this costs. I don't know. I don't know if they said the cost on here. I'm not going to read the whole article, but man, yes, of course, Junkie XL's score is one of the best things about Justice League, and one of the things that distinguished it itself from the theatrical version. So, would I want this? Hell yes. This just looks amazing. I can't say for sure if I'm going to get this or not, but man, wouldn't it be awesome to own that? Let me know if you guys were interested in grabbing these. All right, let's get into the main topics of today. The main topic for today is Ray Fisher, but we're going to first get into Shazam! Fury of the Gods cast Lucy Liu as villain. So, as you can see here, the legendary Lucy Liu. Lucy Liu is officially a god. The Elementary and Why Women Kill star has joined the DC Comics adaptation Shazam! Fury of the Gods as the villain Calypso, and she's the sister of Helen Mirren's villainous character Hespera. Along with Liu and Mirren, the core filmmaking team from 2019, Shazam is returning for the sequel, including Zachary Levi as the eponymous hero Shazam, and Asher Angel as his teenage alter ego Billy Batson. David S. Sandberg is returning to direct a film from a screenplay by Henry Gayden. Peter Safran producing with his shingle, the Safran Company. So looks like here, I'll continue to read just for a little bit more. Like Mirren's character Hespera, Liu's Calypso does not have an obvious counterpart in DC Comics. Both characters, however, are the daughters of the Greek god Atlas, who is one of the sources of Shazam's powers. He holds the stamina of Atlas, as well as the power of Zeus, the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Solomon, and the speed of Mercury, and the courage of Achilles. That's all I'll read. It's a really short article, actually. That's pretty much the whole article. But wow, okay. So we have a new villain, and I think Lucy Liu added to any part of any cast is awesome. So no complaints here. I don't know too much about these villains, her character as Calypso, or Helen Mirren's character at all, to be honest. My reading for Shazam is limited to the Jeff Johns run and his newest run as well, though I'm not caught up on every issue. I think I'm missing a couple issues. But anyways, I liked the first Shazam movie quite a lot. I thought it was really good. I don't understand the hate that it gets from the Snyder fan community for the most part. I'm not going to generalize everyone, but a lot of the Snyder fans, especially probably because the movie does diverge from the style of Zack Snyder. Of course, Zack Snyder, he has his own style, and only Zack Snyder can do Zack Snyder, so you can't fault how different this movie is, especially because the tone of the character is different in itself. So I had no problem with the tonal differences in Shazam, and I still see a lot of people complaining about that. But I think the movie was awesome, and I'm really excited to see what David F. Sandberg does with this movie. I don't know quite what the budget is, but I hope he does get a higher budget than the first film, because the first film obviously had some glaring VFX, I wouldn't call them issues, but you could tell that they cheapened out on some of the visual effects just because they had to fit within the budget. I do hope he gets a bigger budget, especially because this movie ideally would lead into a third movie in which Shazam and Black Adam eventually clash, and that's, I think, what we're all waiting for. So whether, I hope that's what it leads to, because you never know how long these things will play themselves out. These kids are growing up fast. They need to shoot these sequels really fast. Though I think if they had to, in the third Shazam movie, they can probably go straight, or they can probably remove the whole. They can keep Asher Angel, and then if they want to, they can just they can like sideline the other characters if they needed to do that. So let me know what you guys think of Lucy Liu getting cast as Calypso in Fury of the Gods, because she's a great addition to any movie, at least what I think. Lucy Liu is great. Let's move on to the main story of today, and of course that is this Empire article. It's not the full article, but I will read what it says here. It says, Ray Fisher says it'll be a bummer if he can't return as Cyborg in DCEU's Flash movie. Exclusive. And this article came at a great time. I really feel like it says, Ben Travis posted 6 hours ago at the time of this recording. I really feel like we need, the Snyder fans out there at least, we need something, especially because we've been rallying so hard for the universe to continue with silence on WB and HBO Max's part. So let's check it out. Since Ray Fisher first shot his role as Cyborg, a.k.a. Victor Stone, for Warner Brothers' Justice League movie, the studio's plans for the DC Extended Universe have changed as it stands, largely moving away from the so-called Snyderverse established by filmmaker Zack Snyder. That means the once-planned solo Cyborg movie is currently off the table, and with Fisher currently in conflict with Warner Media in the aftermath of the Justice League reshoots, for now he's not scheduled to appear in any future DC movies. Yeah, we knew all of that. For the time, though, the character was considered as a player in the Ezra Miller-led Flash movie, soon to be helmed by director Andy Muschietti. Speaking to Empire in a major new interview, Fisher explained that he and the filmmaker saw eye to eye on their approach to the superhero stories and indicated that there's still a possibility he could appear in the film. Andy seems to have his head on straight and understood these characters by making it about the relationship more than just a display of superpowers. He explains, adding, "We're on the same page about that, and it'll be a bummer if there's no way to resolve the issue. For now, with Zack Snyder's Justice League finally seeing the light of day, including a considerably larger and more complex role for Cyborg, and his upcoming role in civil rights anthology series Women of the Movement on the way, Fisher sounds philosophical about his future in DC and beyond." He says, "If all I'm blessed to do what I've been able to do in this business, I'd rather go ahead and speak my piece now than have these stories lost to the world," he says. "I know where my power is." So did I skip? Yeah, nope. So it looks like, so that's all that was all that was revealed in this initial, I guess, teaser of an article. can't, I guess it's the full article will be released when this next issue comes out. But Ray Fisher as Cyborg, as we all know, was the heart of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think it would be incredibly important for Ray Fisher to return to make this universe kind of just fit together well. And it would feel weird. I mean, I don't know if the Flash movie is even called Flashpoint at this point, because Andy Muschietti, the director, has mentioned that it's not going to be exactly Flashpoint. So fans are going to be disappointed if they're expecting exactly that storyline. So there's a few things to consider here. It sucks for Andy Muschietti to be put in this position, because I'm sure he probably has no say in this issue. Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers have some issues to resolve, and the fact that Ray Fisher is doing this and speaking in this way tells me that Ray Fisher is willing to come to the table in some ways, in terms of maybe he'll be willing to forgive what is done. It seems like from all of his interviews, it seems like he wants an acknowledgement of what was done wrong and an apology. That's what it seems like he wants, and that's simplifying things tremendously. So that's not exactly everything, but the way he's speaking here, specifically him saying it'll be a bummer if there's no way to resolve the issue. This quote right there shows me that he actually wants to resolve the issue, because he's been going on some major offensive. He's been on the major offensive in terms of, going at, especially, Walter Amada said famously that he wouldn't work on a project in which he was attached. Now, I don't know. I don't know if this is something that will be resolved. It doesn't seem like Hamada has made any comments or he has reached out to Ray Fisher at all. I don't know. Really, I don't know. But what I am happy about is he still wants to be in this movie, and I do believe he still thinks there is a chance. Now, I might have skipped over that part. Him and Andy Muschietti, they've had conversations, as we all know, and the fact that he thinks Andy has his heads on straight about where they're going to take this project, again, it goes back to the point that I feel bad for Andy, because a lot of people want to boycott this Flash movie because of the Ray Fisher situation. So there is a little excerpt in here. Oh, right here. So I read it, but I read it pretty fast. It says, Fisher explained that he and the filmmaker saw eye to eye on their approach to superhero stories and indicated that there's still a possibility he could appear in the film. So right before the quote I read, he says, there's still a possibility. Or actually, that's what the article says, at least, and probably that's what the interviewer got out of speaking with Ray Fisher. So yeah, I think as fans, we just need to do our part to show our support for Ray Fisher and the continuation of Zack Snyder's universe. Whether Zack comes back to do an HBO Max show or Zack's characters continue, and even if they have to move on without Zack, which I hope they don't, but if they do, which it looks like they're going to do right now, I do want to see these characters continue to play these characters, especially Cyborg, who just recently showed us in the Snyder Cut what he can do with the character. So if you made it this far into the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also let me know what was your favorite part about Cyborg's arc in Zack Snyder's Justice League down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, again, please like, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.